Do you know what bookmarks are and how they can help you to make your reports look like professional? Keep watching. Hello everyone, Shahab is here with another interesting tutorial. Today I will teach you how you can use bookmarks in your reports and what are the different options available in this useful feature. Many of you may never use bookmarks in your reports or may think that it's so complicated or challenging to be implemented in your reports. But today I will teach you how easy it is to use in your reports and I will tell you all the different options it has. Before going on, please like the video and subscribe to the channel to get the notification for the new upcoming videos. Follow me on LinkedIn and Instagram and read the Power BI articles on Hogolytics blog. Stay tuned. Let's begin with the definition of bookmarks. Microsoft defines it as a bookmark captures the state of a report page. This includes the settings you've made to filters, slicers, and visuals on the page. In a nutshell, bookmark works like when you screenshot of your report page, which saves the filters, slicers, cross-highlighted visuals, sort order, and so on and so forth that you used in your report. When other users view your report, they can get back to the exact state by selecting the bookmark you saved. We can do many different things using bookmarks. For example, we can swap a visual with another one. We can use it to create information panel or a slicer panel. We can create buttons and filters, and many more using bookmarks. The combination of bookmarks, buttons, and selections can help us to improve our report to the next level. To begin, you need to open Bookmark pane. Go to the View tab, and then from the Show pane section, select Bookmarks. In the Bookmarks panel, press Add button to create the first bookmark. Once the bookmark created, you can see 3 dots. When you left click on it, some options will appear for you. These options are divided to 3 different categories. You can see a line between each of these categories. Options in category 1 represent the functions you can apply on the bookmarks. Each time you can press on one of them and it will be applied to the bookmark. I call the options in category 2 as application options, which enable you to apply different functionalities on the visual. You can choose either 1, 2, or all of the options. And the third category contains the selections. You can only use one of the options in this category. Let me explain more. You can find different options in each of these categories. In category 1, you have these options. Update. This option updates the state in which bookmarks should be applied. Rename. You can use rename option to change the name of each bookmark. Delete. This option removes the bookmark. And group. Using this option, you can group some bookmarks into one group for better visibility and ease of use. Category 2 provides you these 3 options. Data. This option helps you to save data for any of the properties such as filters and slicers. Display. In the selection pane, you can hide or unhide different visuals. Display option helps you to apply the rules you defined for hidden or unhidden visuals. It means that if display option is on, then the hidden visual will stay hidden if you use the bookmark. And current page. This option helps you to navigate to the page in which the bookmark originally created. And in category 3 you can find all visuals. This option helps you to apply the bookmark to all the visuals in the page. And selected visual. This option helps you to apply the bookmark to the selected visuals in the page. After selecting this option, you should select the visuals you want to apply the bookmark and then update the bookmark. It might be a little bit confusing at the first glance, but don't worry, I'll explain more here with examples, and it will become clear for you. Before starting, it's good to know mostly bookmarks are being used with the selection together. So in the examples, when it is required, I'll show you how to use them together. The first thing you should do is saving the bookmark whenever you set it to apply different functions. So, before doing anything else or going to another page, you must save the snapshot you created. But how? Just click on the three dots in front of the bookmark name and choose Update. Then the snapshot of all you applied will be saved in the bookmark. As previously mentioned, you can select all visuals or some of them by switching between all visuals and selected visuals in the category 3. Category 2 contains 3 options: data, display, and current page. You can choose 1, 2, or all of these options. Let me explain more each of them, and then we'll talk about what happens when each of these options enabled or disabled. The data option. When you enable data option, the bookmark will save filters, including the filter pane, and slicers, including the slicer type, for example, drop-down or list, visual selection state, such as cross-highlight filters, sort orders, drill down, and cross-filtering between visuals. Display option. When you enable display option, the bookmark will save visibility of visuals. It means that if display is not ticked, the bookmark cannot hide or unhide visuals. And then visual spotlight. Current page option. When you enable current page option, the bookmark will save navigation to the page in which bookmark applied. So let's explore these options one by one to see if we enable or disable each of them, what happens. I will explain this topic with an example. Imagine you have a report like this one, which shows you sales in different countries. There is a slicers available in this page, and you can filter the report based on the selected countries. First, we'll check the data option to see what happens by enabling or disabling it. Here I created 2 bookmarks. I call the first bookmark as data ticked, in which I enable the data tick marks, and the second bookmark, data not ticked, and I disable the data tick mark. First, I selected Canada, UK, and France in the slicer pane, and then updated the bookmarks. Now if I change the slicer filter and choose United States and Australia, the report will be filtered based on these countries. Tell me what happens if I press each of the 2 bookmarks. Most of your answers should be right. If you press on data not ticked bookmark, nothing happens because it doesn't save any slicing data. But if you press data ticked, then the report again will be filtered for Canada, UK, and France. Yep, the bookmark saved your settings. So it's worthwhile to have a challenge. This time, change the sort order for the table in column graph and update the bookmarks. Let me know what happens if you do that. Comment your answers below this video. Now let's see what happens if we enable or disable the display option. Display option has 2 functionality, and enabling this option affects these 2. So let me describe one by one. The first functionality of display option is the visibility of visuals. When the display option is enabled, it will remember which of the visuals and elements in the report are visible and which are hidden. But when we disable the display option, then it cannot remember to hide or unhide the visuals, and nothing will happen. And the second functionality, as discussed, is the impact of bookmarks on the visual spotlight. When you activate the spotlight for a visual, all the other visuals will be grayed out, and the selected visual becomes clear. Now we create a bookmark in which the display is active, spotlight a visual, and update the bookmark. Whenever we press the bookmark display ticked, then the spotlight gets activated. On the other hand, if the display option is not ticked, nothing happened to show or not show the spotlight. Now let's explore the current page option. When you have several pages in your report and you apply a bookmark on one of your pages, then you have an option to tick the current page option or leave it as unchecked. If you enable this option and update the bookmark by pressing the bookmark, it doesn't matter in which page you are. The bookmark will navigate you to the page bookmark is created. But if you don't check the current page option and you are in other pages, by clicking on the bookmark, nothing happens and you will stay on the previous page. This is an overall about what you can do with the bookmarks. There are a lot more things you can do with this feature. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and in the next upcoming videos I will teach you how to use bookmarks for different purposes, like creating a button or a slicer pane. These topics are very interesting and you will definitely use them in your reports again and again. So follow me for the next upcoming videos. See you later.